Good morning, everyone. Desert Horizons, easy off-grid unplugged RV ranch. Just wanted to show you the time, 9:15 in the morning. This is January. Whoops. And I got my door braced open already. It's gonna be a beautiful day today, probably close to 75 here. Like I said, this is January. When I used to celebrate my birthday back in Minnesota, this day always sucked because it was always so freaking cold. But I remember when I first moved to Phoenix in '81, my first birthday there in '82, it was 80 degrees that day. It's like, God, this is lovely, this is gorgeous, great. The only bad winter or bad birthdays I've had since that time have been the ones that I spent up in Colorado. It was so freaking cold. But like I said, this is the end of January. It'll be 75 today. There's a few high, thin clouds. They may be left over from the contrails. Don't know. I had a scare this morning. Looked outside the window. It was, 8:30, time to feed them breakfast. I looked out the window and both of them are running right by here. So I turned around, put my shoes on, came out, and neither one of them were here. I don't know where they'd gone to. And about 10 seconds later, which is weird, because normally the moment I open up that door, Remy comes running. And then about 10 seconds after I opened up the door and came out, Ruger comes walking up. It's like, okay, where's Remy? He took me on a goose chase all over the place. I mean, we were walking all over. About a half hour, put about a mile and a half on. And I was way over there on the hill, on that road over there. I see him bounding up, standing up over here. So I started calling to him, and he did not want to come off property, which I thought was funny. He ran down there to the wash and then stayed there, waited for me to come to him. Or her, I should say. But I think that's the name I've decided on for her is Remington, Remy for short. So we're now the Triple R Ranch. We were just the R&R Ranch. Now it's the Triple R Ranch. Also known as AZ Off-Grid Unplugged RV Ranch. So actually that'd be 4 R's, wouldn't it? RV, Ruger, Remy, and me. What? I already fed you. You already had your breakfast. But this dog is not so much a chewer as it is a destroyer. It likes to just break stuff, pull it apart, ruin it, and then is done with it. I left the plastic cup that I use for scooping water out of their bucket into their dish, left it out. Of course, it was all busted up. And the cushions and stuff. It just liked to tear the insides out, and then it was done with it. So I finally figured out a way to fix that. I wrapped up the old cushion in their old sheet. It doesn't seem to be pulling it apart. Remy slept on it all night last night, as far as I could tell. So, where's Ruger? Oh, there's my Ruger. There's my Ruger. You're just not in a hurry, huh? You can't be that old. You can't be as old as I am. I tell you, I'm thinking about it this morning. The last birthday I really looked forward to was either my 18th or 21st. Since then, it's been like, geez, whatever. Never cared, never was like, whatever, it's just another number. Until today, I turned 62. So, I applied for Social Security back in November to make sure that I would start getting it in March. The way it works is you forget your birthday month. The next month is the first month you'll get paid for, and then they won't pay you until the following month. So it takes about 2 months from the time you turn 62 till you start getting your first check. So, and then the real planning can begin for the cabin. I'm having problems with the metal guy for doing my frame. Been in dialogue for 2 years now, maybe even 3, well, not quite 4, about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. He was all for it, gung-ho. Now that it's getting close, absolutely no communication. Does not respond to my emails, texts, phone calls. The company doesn't respond to my emails, phone calls, texts, nothing. So I have no idea what's going on with that. I may have to rethink what it is I was going to do. May end up going with a Graceland portable shed or a Weather King. Haven't really decided yet, but then that leaves a whole nother set of problems on how I'm going to insulate the bottom on that. I was in a little comment thing with the boss of the swamp. He said just put 2 layers of that double wrap bubble foil underneath it. The thing is they're all dealing with mice, and mice normally just like to get food. Pack rats like to save stuff, gather stuff, like silver stuff, coins, anything that they can find, they'll gather it up. So if they're looking for silver stuff or shiny stuff, that Reflectix would be perfect. If it works, hallelujah. But if it doesn't, I'm kind of SOL, because I can't get back under there to fix it. I want to put the cabin or whatever down on the ground as low as possible, and then I'm going to seal off the crawl space, I guess you'd call it. I just watched a video again last night from Matt Risinger about some of the dumbest things people do building in the South. And one of them is ventilated crawl spaces. It's just, it's not necessary down here in the South. And because of where I live, down here in the desert, a lot of people are always concerned. And my original plan with those cement blocks and stuff was about the extreme temperature changes. Oh yeah, we go from extremes from 110 in the summer to maybe 20 in the winter, but that's over the course of 6 months. You know, it's not over in one day. So, I started out this morning with everything fresh and clean. I did all of my laundry yesterday. I washed everything. So I started out my new year clean as can be. Can't quite say the same thing about the RV, but hey, I'm a bachelor, what do you want? I eat over the sink. Isn't that nice to see him playing and getting along so nicely? You teaching her, Ruger? You teaching her? Teach her good. Where you going, Ruger? Where you going? Trying to dig your way out of here? See, that's what Ruger does, is dig his holes for places to put his butt. I think Remy was digging after a rodent or something. I hope like hell he caught it. I doubt it. I don't know if I told you, but he, or she, sorry, peeled the labels off of the propane tanks. They're just gone. And then once they were off, I was done with them. Just didn't like them there. So, all right. This was my original design with the interior and all that stuff. It's not going to quite work that way. I know it says 8'10" by 21'10", but it's actually going to be 9 by 22 on the outside. And I'm going to have to figure out something else to do with the shower down here, because that's not going to work, because it won't fit. Or I'm going to have to make it just a little narrower. Problem is, if I get it too much narrower, it'll be narrower than the RV, and then I'm kind of defeating the purpose. So, but that's with the layout, and I've adjusted everything and taken the bed out of it and all that, because I'm just going to use that for storage. I'll sleep in here. Alright. Here's the layout of the cabin. It doesn't quite add up, but it's actually going to be 9 foot by 22. This is all going to be just flat decking over here, and from this point on, it's going to be a covered porch patio-like thing. That's all going to be like a man cave up here and storage over there. That's all it's going to be used for. Yep, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And here's the shed or the house, storage building, whatever. And those gable vents are not going to be there. And this is the side that's going to have the porch on it, and the patio, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be the side that just has just the decking without the gable vent again. And this is the layout. Again, the sizes don't quite add up because it's going to be a 9 by 22, but it'll work.